My 27th husband, 28, won't speak my language. Hey guys, I'm going to try to be objective here, though I admit it's hard. My husband and I have been together for over 4 years, married for 1.5. We met in his country, where I was working. After around 2 years, I missed home and moved back temporarily 1 year. He visited. We got engaged and we agreed I would move back to his country on a few conditions. The biggest of these was that he should speak my native language with me as often as possible. Living here means living his language all day, every day. And I miss mine. He agreed. As I said, it's been 1.5 years since we got married, and I moved back. He only speaks his language with me. 95%. Maybe a stray word or text in my language here. There. Let me be clear. He can speak my language at an intermediate/voice level. I've heard him, and it's not that he's trying to expose me to or make sure I learn his language, as I spoke it at an advanced level before ever meeting him. It's really driving me nuts. I feel like he doesn't appreciate the changes I made in order to be with him, as he's never lived anywhere but here. Not to mention that it was a promise. We've discussed it seriously 3-4 times in the past 1.5 years. He recognizes that he could start doing it at any time, but whether I press on it or go 1-2 months without commenting the issue, he just doesn't. I recently even decided to change jobs specifically so I can get some day-to-day exposure to my language. The situation became unbearable for me when he was looking for a better job and was asked in 2 interviews about his ability in my language. His answer was, well, my wife is from country. So, the implication being that he speaks it all the time at home. He thought it was funny, but for me it's just upsetting. Too long. Don't read. I moved to my husband's country with the promise that he would speak my language. He can. He doesn't. Thoughts. Edit, since it's been suggested several times now. I'm just going to write it up here. Me finding an expat or language-based group to join would be lovely, but we do not live in an urban area. The nearest is well over an hour away and not very active. We knew this was an issue, hence the agreement. He also does not want to move to a more international area. Besides that, this wouldn't actually address his lack of effort and not keeping a promise. Bring it up with him again. Bonus points if you bring it up in your language. Also, think about whether this is a deal breaker for you. You can't force him, but he's being obtuse by saying he'll do it and then refusing to follow through. So you have to think about whether you're okay with it if he never makes this change. Maybe only speak your language to him in your home, perhaps only Ripley when he speaks your language. So, do you only speak to him in your language? It sounds to me like you talk in his language too, as someone who speaks several languages fluently. I respond in whatever language I was spoken to. If you don't stick to it, then I wouldn't either, if I were him. Unless you're saying you speak in your language and he responds in a different language. I kind of doubt that the case though.